Somalia has been without government for the last 23 years. My people have died, children, moms, old people, government officials. Nobody is safe in Somalia. Every time when we're about to get a good government, there are these terrorists killing people for the name of religion, but what I know, Islam doesn't teach about killing innocent people. Everybody has his own story, and most of them who are here, they don't hear for themselves. Also, most of them, they represent their families. Everybody, wherever he gets, his family or his relatives, that's what they represent, giving back home to their community. We are blessed as to be here. And also, we don't have to take everything for granted. We come from a country where there is no rule and law, so we have to respect the rule and follow, because we are visitors. So if you're a visitor, you are welcome to our house. You should always be a visitor and try to show good manners. Welcome.
Oh, Ali, I like your place.
Yeah, I feel like home.
Does it feel like home to you? Oh, that's excellent.
It's excellent, more than home.
Oh, wonderful.
Can I bring you coffee?
Oh, I'd love some coffee. Thank you.
Okay, I made the best coffee.
Do you make the best?
With cream.
So, have you had any conversations with your immigration attorney lately?
Immigration attorney?
Okay, remember, I'm your attorney for the Michigan state court proceedings.
Yeah.
In the state of Michigan,
Yeah.
because you're a young person without parents here to take care of you,
Yeah.
you become part of our court process as a neglect and abuse ward.
Yeah.
And our job is to kind of watch out for you.
Yeah.
The court is almost like a super parent.
Yes. Yeah.
They're the parent to take care of you, and they've asked me to watch over you for the court.
That's good.
Yeah, but my job is just to be there for you.
Okay.
And tell the court how you are doing.
Okay.
And if you ever have a question or a concern, or if you want me to tell the court something for you.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
There's another one concern I have, is it possible to be reunited with your family?
Now, of course, it's my understanding, and you correct me if it's different, but I remember that you can apply for your green card and permanent residency in December of 2014. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's my understanding after that, there's a number of years you have to wait, but after those years are done, then you can sponsor.
Okay. That's cool.
So it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, everything is a process. Yeah. I know, I used to live in Ukraine, the UNHCR.
Oh, you know how long it took there.
The process, yeah.
As you know, my life changed a lot since I came here. Last time I was waiting for my green card. Thanks to God, I got my green card. Right now, I'm permanent resident, and I still 2 more years to be citizenship. Wow, I'm excited. Right now, there is no worth of doing a reunification with my family because of the travel ban. What I'm hoping to do is when I become citizen, I'm gonna sponsor them.
All other things are good, yeah? Whenever I hear guns, some people being shot on the street, That's make me wonder because, I left my country because of the laws, the guns. Here also, when you hear some people who are shot in the park, 6 people who are shot in the park, or people who are killed on the park with crazy people having guns. I think they should do something about these guns. They should find a way of taking guns from everybody, even if it means just to protect every person. Because of the result of wars, that's why we have a lot of migration.
This was something, a 5-year ban that I've been talking about a lot on the campaign trail, and we are now putting it into effect.
I got my green card at 2016, and I applied for my travel document, and I got it, but unfortunately I could not travel, and soon my travel document is going to expire.
Everything now seems to be happy, okay, but there's something I'm missing. I really miss my family. I don't know the day when I'm going to meet them again. I really miss my mother, my sisters, my brothers. So I want to make sure I make them happy also. Also, I work hard, I send them money. So life here in USA is not that easy. There's also a lot of difficulties and challenges. Sometimes people don't find jobs. So right now, there's an organization which is helping me. They give me like small money for every day, pay my rent, but when I turn 21, they'll have to cut the money, then I have to be on my own. Hi, Mr. Lucas.
Hey, Ali, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. How are you?
Great, have a seat.
Yeah, it's been long.
It has.
In 3 years' time, when I'll be 21, what will happen to me?
By the time you're 21, you're going to be self-sufficient, and we'll have already done things like set you up with mentors. You'll have made enough friends in the community where you'll really won't need our assistance all that much anymore.
Okay.
And the hope is also that you'll be employed and or going to higher education such as college as well.
Right now I'm a professional medical interpreter. I interpret for refugees who they don't understand English and they need help. When refugees, they come here, they need some help with their medical appointment, when they take classes, job classes. So that's what I do, but I do it as a part-time, not a full-time, because I go to college. In a community college, so after 2 years, I want to transfer to Michigan State University so that I study how to become a professional cameraman, filmmaker, acting, so on and so on.
This is my first summer in USA. Since he came with his family, so he has a brother who lives in Chicago. Sadiq also, he knows a lot of people here. They left, I was left alone. So we'll take another flight to New York. There are many different types of people in New York. There are millions language spoken in New York. Wow, that's nice, exciting. I'm impressive to be in New York. A lot of big buildings, a lot of cars, a lot of bridges. You can get lost here if you don't know, if it's your first time. New York City, you are now with 50 Cent.
You listen to that in Somalia?
No. Me, I left Somalia a long time ago, man. I was in some parts of Africa, some parts of Europe. Now I just ended up in this place.
In this place, man.
Yeah. You know Ukraine?
Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there also.
Were you fighting too?
Yeah. I was a Russian separatist. Because I speak Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So you've been through a lot, man.
Yeah. In every fight I was there. In Somalia the fight, I was there. In Ukraine the fight. Now I'm here. I hope there's no fight.
Yeah. I hope so too, man.
Yeah. We're tired of this fighting in the world. Don't know when it's going to get over.
You don't have no friend here?
No.
No?
Yeah. Oh, that guy is Jew.
All of them. This is their shops.
Oh. There are a lot of them here.
Yeah, it's all diamond stores.
Okay.
Jewelry.
Okay. They are rich.
Yeah, rich people. They do have money. Smart people.
Yeah. But they should act smart in the whole world, not only one place.
They do.
The Statue of Liberty is part of the National Park System. Several newer bridges have been added to the harbor's landscape, including the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, which connects Brooklyn and Staten Island.
Today I come to the island of Ellis Island. This island, many immigrants used to come here in 1920s. A lot of immigrants, others used to make it to the promised land, but others, most were rejected and were sent back. So it reminds me of other immigrants like the ones in Lampedusa, in Malta, the ones who every day they cross the border going there and they lost their lives by boat. So it's the same scenario, the same history. History keep repeating itself.
Came in 1961.
No, it's 1923 November.
What?
November 1923.
No.
Look here.
Yeah, I know, but the 93. I came in 1961.
1923. You came when?
I came in 1961.
Oh, you have...
This is 1923.
Yeah.
I came in 1961.
You?
Uh-huh.
Here?
Yeah,
From where?
from Italy.
Oh, where you live now?
Upstate in New York.
Huh?
Righteous.
North?
Upstate in New York.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah. No, it's not, my name is nothing.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, it's okay.
What's your name?
No, it's not there, my name.
Oh, okay, I know it's not there, but what's your name?
Maria?
Maria?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
I'm Ali.
Ali.
Yeah. Came 7 months ago.
As I'm recording this for you, I'm holding one of the most precious things I'll ever have. It's a piece of thin cardboard, about 4 by 5 inches, with the words inspection card at the top. It says that Nicoletta Puzo had been passed by the Immigration Bureau, vaccinated by the U.S. Public Health Service, and was permitted to enter the United States of America through the Port of New York. She was 6 years old. She remembered only a little about the trip, how long it took, how scared she was. But she never forgot the moment when someone picked her up and told her to look at the beautiful lady. Nicoletta was my grandmother, and for millions of families like ours, the statue was and is